I already like the beginning. It's good intro music.
First,
Are you ready for the video?
Let's go.
Perfect. Conscious practice. What's conscious? This is V and
Jake,
and today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
can classical music heal?
My name is V. I'm an aspiring yogi, love all things meditation, yoga, and wisdom based. Super grateful to have Jake here on the show. Want to introduce yourself?
My name's Jake. I'm a native Austinite. Been here my whole life and currently doing music full time. I'm a hired gun. I play guitar mainly, do a lot of jazz music.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. And have you heard of a guy named Sadhguru before?
I think I have.
Okay, so without further ado,
Let's get into this video. I already like the beginning. It's good intro music.
First, let's understand what's music. Music is a certain arrangement of sounds. If you arrange sounds in a certain way, it will become noise. If you arrange sounds in a different way, it will become music. There's a whole lot of noise passing as music right now, okay? If you know something about classical music, you would see classical music involves an enormous amount of mathematics behind it. There's a structure, a mathematical structure is being built. As far as I'm concerned, when I see somebody really good singing, for me, a whole geometry emerges out of that. So, in some way, you're trying to recreate creation in a sound form. How profoundly a particular musician, how far he can go into it is questionable. But that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to explore the geometrical patterns, all the complex patterns that are possible in the form of creation. Because creation is just a complex amalgamation of sounds or reverberations. So, you definitely know, leave the words. I mean, if there are sappy words and people get a little sappy with it, that's different. They're giving meanings to it. Without any words, music can bring tears, music can bring joy, music can bring love, music can set moods and emotions and experiences in people, just by sheer sound, not using words. Words means it's a psychological pattern. Sound means it's an existential pattern. So this is why a music without words is very significant, and most of the Indian music is largely sound, here and there some words, but largely sound, because sound is an existential structure. Word, the meaning of the word, is a psychological structure. If I sing a song in Tamil, means nothing to you, because you may not understand the language. If you sing in some other language that I do not know, means nothing to me, because I do not understand the meaning. But the nature of the sound is not like that. If the sound is arranged in a particular geometry of things, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't get you in your emotion, but it gets you in the very being of who you are. In the basic way, this creation has happened here. So it is an attempt to touch life, it's an attempt to imitate life in a different form, which is a phenomenal thing. And will people get healthy and well by this? Definitely, if you hit the right pitch.
so Jake, what are your first thoughts after watching this video of yours of Sadhguru?
He's got a very nice demeanor. He's pretty easy to watch.
Was this your first video by him?
No, I've seen a couple of his other videos a long time ago.
Got you. So what's your first impression? I know you have a musical background as well, right? And it's quite heavy, you do this full time. So based off of your experience and your interests, what did the video mean to you?
I mean, to be honest, it didn't speak to me that much, but I do instrumental music, like
No words.
no words. So that did resonate. I've always had a hard time writing lyrics, and it felt different using words in my music. So that did kind of resonate. I tend to gravitate towards instrumental music. It's what I make, it's what I listen to. And even when I listen to songs with lyrics, a lot of times I'm just hearing the sounds. I'm not actually focused on the lyrics.
So you're saying that the lyrics tend to be a little harder to focus on for you, and you connect more with the sound. Is that what you're
Connect
saying?
more with the sounds. And yeah, for me in writing music, it seems different when I'm writing lyrics. The words kind of come from a different place. So it's much easier for me to just create instrumental music. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about instrumental music. If it's classical or anything else.
And even jazz.
Jazz.
Yeah, no, that was great, and I think it's really cool because it connects directly with what he was saying, right? Because even in the beginning, he was talking about how when you're kind of a music creator, you're like almost creating something, right? Like creation in a way, and then tying that towards the impact of sounds and the significance of sounds. It again directly connects with you. It seems to me that you're like a true musician here, right? Which is amazing. But with that being said, what did you feel about what he was talking about with regards to noise versus music, right? How a lot of songs nowadays that are noise get passed off of as music. How do you feel about that as an artist yourself?
Well, I mean, it is kind of interesting what do we call music and what's just noise. But I think in general, anything you're going to hear, I would personally say it's music. Anything that has a real rhythm. Although there is music without rhythm, new agey, ambient,
New age, Blueface.
So, but no, I tend to put everything in the terms of music. Anything on the radio, I'm gonna say is music to me.
Okay. What got you into music? 'Cause, this is your life kind of goal or job, really. How did you get into it? What got you into it?
Well, I was like really drawn to music from a very early age. So I had a natural gravitation towards it, but my parents were like, you have to learn an instrument. So when I was 5, I started playing guitar. My parents said, doesn't matter what you do, you just got to pick an instrument. And I went with the guitar. And that was like one of the few things my parents really made me do. So I've been playing for a long time. My parents got me into it. But growing up in Austin,
Huge music city, right?
big music city. I had family members that were all musicians. So it was my destiny.
There we go. That's a great answer there, and love to hear the experience of yours. And I want to quickly add this in too, because you also have a meditation background, right? You meditate, and at least you used to and stuff. So how would you compare and contrast, meditation to you versus music to you? How would you, compare it? Or similarities too?
Good question. I feel like that's a matter of semantics because they kind of can blend, and I guess it's kind of how you look at it. And I've done a lot of different types of meditation too, but I like to do sitting meditation, like without anything, just focusing on breath. And music seems pretty far removed from that, but there are things that kind of connect them. I think I like stillness meditation, sitting meditation, stuff like that, but I feel like meditation in general is anything that's really getting you out of your thoughts, away from your words. And so in that sense, music can be a profound meditation because it'll really get you out of your head. You get into the flow state, lose track of time, get in the zone, go beyond yourself. So there is that common denominator with sitting meditation and creating music.
Most definitely. I love the point you mentioned as well, because I just realized that based upon your sharing here, which is the fact that I think where maybe Sadhguru is going with this was that I think words in a way represent thoughts, right? And so music that is very, let's say, heavily word-driven is basically very thought-driven. And as he says, it's a very psychological thing. But going back to what he was saying, which is the beauty and the I guess the what's the word? I don't know. Just the significance of the sounds itself, where there is no words, therefore no thoughts. It's in a way able to, at a deeper level, I think. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm no musician here, but at a deeper level, get you to be at a certain state, right? Of whether it's blissfulness or even just being present. Would you agree with what I've just shared so far?
Yeah, and I just add that there's also intentional music meant for that specifically. Like I know that John Coltrane, he used to, like, especially in his career, like music for him, for an example, was like all about elevating the consciousness, but that was in the realm of jazz. But there's like genres of music that are specific for elevating your consciousness, new age music, and then all the religious music. I think he mentioned classical Indian music. I'm not terribly versed in that.
Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I've listened to a lot, but I don't really know. Like, I feel like there's probably some consciousness, like deliberate intent in the music.
Yeah, I would say, again, I don't have too much experience here. My sister actually does classical. She did classical singing. She does classical dance now too, from the Indian background. It's like a whole science actually of how they even create whatever. But you share some great perspectives here, Jake. Thank you so much for being here. I want to appreciate your time. And thank you all so much for watching here. You also made this happen. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on what I've shared, what Jake has shared, even what Sadhguru has shared. Open platform here. Let us know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any other video reaction requests, topics, or guest types that you want to see in the show, you can also comment down below. And with that, make this a great day. Take it joyful and stay conscious. You did great. Thank you so much.
Vish, thank you, man.
Of course. Awesome.